All right, welcome back in, athletes. That's right, we got that week 3 DFS video for you, players to watch. And this one's going to be a good one. We got a couple of easy value plays for you that we definitely poked out of the bunch that not everyone's going to be on, but they're definitely going to be some good plays. Some mid-tier value plays that are too good to pass up. We're going to touch on the stars that we're going to be targeting in this video. Stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. But as always, let's do a quick recap. As you can see here, the 165 lineup, that was our GPP lineup. That was really nice. And then the 156 lineup, that was our cash lineup. Guys, this is some good lineups right here. We posted these lineups on our Patreon page. Get out there and join it. It's going to be a good one. Let us know the feedback once you guys join it. I really would appreciate it. And as always, I do appreciate you guys. So got to 270 subscribers, and I just want to give a shout out to you guys. I really appreciate that. All right, but let's get into today's slate, or this week's slate. We're going to start off with the quarterbacks here. The quarterback that I'm going to start off with is going to be Cam Newton. He's priced down a little bit too cheap here. He's priced at $6,000, and to me, that's too cheap. I think he'll get you around 20 DK points. You look at what he's done the first 2 weeks. He had 18 points, which is perfectly fine at that salary. And then he had about 33 DK points the next week. He's averaging 25 points per game, so I really like that. Jimmy G is definitely going to be more of a tournament option. You can definitely stack it with the Kansas City Chiefs. You kind of want to pick which quarterback you want to go with there for that stacking option between him and Patrick Mahomes. Either way, both teams have been giving off a ton of passing yards to opposing quarterbacks, so I really like that. KC they have given up 30 points per game to the quarterback, so I really like that. And then Patrick Mahomes, he's just been going off. San Francisco, they don't have the best secondary. I still like him. I'm going to keep stacking him until he fails me, pretty much. And then get into Blake Bortles here. If Leonard Fournette is not playing, I think you just got to go with Blake Bortles. You've seen what he's done now without Leonard Fournette. The team is averaging over 35 points per game without Leonard Fournette, and that's because Blake Bortles has been stepping up his game. And I think he's going to be a safe play for around 18 points. Tennessee's defense really isn't that good. So those are definitely some real solid options for you at quarterback. We'll touch on some stacking options once again in the Patreon page. But let's get into the running backs here. The first running back that I'm going to touch on is going to be Giovanni Bernard. Look at the games that he has played in without Joe Mixon dating back to last year. So there's 3 games last year. In those 3 games, he averaged over 21 or 20 DK points per game. And at that salary, that's just a great steal. I can definitely see him getting about 15 DK points. He's a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Another guy that catches the ball in the backfield is going to be running back Corey Clement. If J.J. is out, you just lock and load Corey Clement in there. If Darren Sproles plays, I still am locking him in there. I don't think Sproles is going to take away from him too much. We finally get to see the best back in Philadelphia. It's going to be great. But let's get into Matt Breida here. My theory is that this game is going to be a shootout. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And if it is, I think Breida is actually a little bit too cheap. He definitely got priced up this week, but he's just a big play guy. He's their pass-catching receiver or running back, so he's going to be in the game a lot. And then let's get into Jordan Howard here. This is pure game flow play right here. You look at the Arizona Cardinals, they're just not good. It's like playing Dalvin Cook or Latavius Murray, whichever one's going to be starting. If Cook is out against the Buffalo Bills, you play one of them. You could also do the same for Arizona just because those teams are really bad, and the chances of one of those running backs scoring, the starting running back scoring, is pretty high. So it should be a nice, easy touchdown opportunity. You look at Todd Gurley and Melvin Gordon, kind of what they did last week. It's just kind of easy play. Let's get to the top wideouts here. You could go with Michael Thomas, AB. You could go with those top guys, but I'm going to kind of focus on the value plays here. The guy that I'm going to be playing a lot, especially in cash, is going to be Devin Funchess. I'm going to be playing Cam Newton, so I like to find a receiver that I can play with Cam Newton. That's going to be Devin Funchess. He's only priced at $5K. Look at what he did last week. He had 14 DK points. I think that's going to be more of the same. At that salary, that's really not too bad. He has kind of an easier matchup as well, so I like that. The next receiver that I want to touch on is going to be Dede Westbrook. I'm going against the Tennessee Titans. He's just a safe, consistent guy. I think he should be priced around 5K, and that's when I would stop playing him. But yeah, I think it's a nice safe floor, and then he has that big playability, so I really don't mind him as an option. Right now, he's currently almost averaging 14 DK points, so really not a bad play. I think John Brown is not going to be a bad tournament option for you as well. You look at what he did last week. He had 10 targets. He should have had 2 touchdowns last week. I think Joe Flacco is going to look to get him the ball in those deep routes even more. Kamar Aiken, really not a bad play. You look at Mike Wallace, he's out. Then you look at, obviously, Alshon Jeffrey is still out. That makes Kamar Aiken just a solid DK value play for you. He's played a little bit last week. He saw 5 targets. He had about 7 DK points. Really not bad for a low value option play for you. Some other receivers that you can target are going to be Washington Redskins' Paul Richardson. I think if anyone's going to break a big play, and the Packers are susceptible to giving the big play, it's going to be Paul Richardson. And then the San Francisco 49ers, if you're going to be playing Jimmy G, you got to play either Pettis or Goodwin or George Kittle, who I'll touch on in a little bit. Cincinnati Bengals, Tyler Boyd, he's under 4K, so really not a bad value option for you. He had a really good game last week, and he really didn't look bad. Andy Dalton was looking to get him the ball as well, so I don't mind that option. As always, Tyreek Hill, I think he's just going to be a staple in these videos. I might just have to take him out. Then once again, I think Philip Dorsett, really not a bad option for you again. He did get priced up a little bit, so I don't like that as much. I'm kind of bummed out about that. But he's still the receiver number 1 in that offense, so I don't mind it. And then Nelson Aguilar, he's probably a little bit too cheap as well for the amount of targets he's been seeing, and he's just had a nice safe floor, so I really don't mind that option as well. Getting into the tight ends here, though, you could definitely look to pay up for Zach Ertz, and I think this is an easy game that you could do that with, but I think I'm going to be going with George Kittle. I'm going to be dipping back into the well. He will not be as high owned this week, so I really do like that, especially for tournaments. He gets a lot easier of a matchup this week, too. Then Ian Thomas, this is just a pure opponent play here. They're ranked 32 against the tight end so far. That is the Cincinnati Bengals. So it's just going to be a nice little mid-tier option for you, tourney play. And then Kyle Rudolph, they finally got him the ball involved in the passing game. He's going against the Buffalo Bills, who'd like a touchdown again. You just want to get exposure to the Buffalo Bills. This is the way I'm going to be doing it. You could obviously go with Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, and a Kirk Cousins stack, which, like I said, I'll touch on in the Patron page. Let's get into the defenses here. Really, I think you can just pretty much plug in the Chicago Bears. You could go with the Minnesota Vikings, but they're a little bit priced up. And like I said, we just want to be targeting the Buffalo Bills and Arizona Cardinals right now. And so I'm just going to be going with the cheaper option here, and that's going to be the Chicago Bears. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, let's get that like and subscribe going. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Let's have those green screens.